today's video is going to be on Instagram and how to specifically make videos for Instagram story. I've previously released on this channel my most popular video, which is 4 hacks to up your Instagram game as a musician. And you guys are eating it up. It's my most watched video, has the most likes, and it seems that you guys are really interested in Instagram and using that to promote your music. So today's video is going to be on Instagram and how to specifically make videos for Instagram story. Alright everyone, I hope this is a really interesting video for you because this really changed my perspective on Instagram stories and exactly what you can do with them. So I'm over here in Premiere Pro. This is my video editor of choice, and what I'm gonna do is I have a little clip that I recorded this morning of the sunrise. So I'm just gonna drop it over here to create a new timeline, and it's a pretty sweet clip. I got up really early in the morning, flew up the drone, and took this footage right here. I'm just gonna play it back for you. Here we go. All right, so that's cool. I mean, it's not anything, you know, in particular as far as like promoting music or anything, but it's a cool shot, and I think I'm gonna put it on my Instagram story just to show people a cool sunrise that I took. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna format this video for Instagram story. As you can see, right now it's kind of in its typical video format. It's got a letterbox on the top and bottom, which means it makes it more cinematic, right? But for Instagram story, the screen is your phone, and it's not even your phone in landscape mode. It's in portrait mode. That's the only way that Instagram allows those story videos to play. So we need to change this up. We almost need to turn our widescreen rectangle into a up and down widescreen. And so the way that we do that in Premiere is through our sequence settings. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go up to File, New, and I'm gonna create a new sequence. So I'm actually gonna just choose a normal sequence, 1080 sequence timeline, because I'm going to change the settings to show you how I get it formatted for Instagram stories. So up here under sequence, I want to go under the sequence settings, and I'm going to edit the individual settings for the sequence that I currently am in. So you can see it's highlighted here in the tab. So a normal 1080p video goes by the dimensions of 1920 by 1080 or 16 by 9 aspect ratio. But we actually want to flip that because our phone is HD, it is 1080, but it's the opposite if you're holding it in portrait mode. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go under the video settings, and I'm actually gonna switch this to say 1080 and 1920. So I'm literally gonna flip it backwards, okay? I'm gonna click OK, and now you can see a screen that, if you just imagine it, it could be your phone screen, it could be the Instagram story, and that's exactly what we're going for. So now, when I take my sunrise video and I drop it into the sequence, it's gonna say, it doesn't match up, but that's okay. I did this on purpose. I'm gonna keep the existing settings, and boom. It's only going to show the aspect ratio of the sequence. So it's not showing the whole video right now, and this is where I can really make it the way I want, because in Instagram, it automatically decides for me which portion of the video it's going to show in the story. But if I do this ahead of time in Premiere, I can actually decide what I want versus Instagram deciding what it wants. So I'm going to select my clip and go over to the effect controls where I can actually change the position of my video. So I'm going to arrange it where the sun is right there, kind of in the left corner, and then I'm going to scale it in a bit so that we can lose the letterbox and make it a full screen video. Then I'm going to move that over. I'm actually going to center it. And now that I have that looking the way I want, I'm going to play it from the beginning and see how this goes. Looks awesome. The only thing I'm gonna change is the screen is so small now, I'm gonna actually raise some of the darks here so we can see a little more of the trees, a little more of the houses. And so I'm gonna go over to color, make sure my clip is selected. I'm just gonna raise up the shadows a little bit, maybe a little bit of the blacks. No, I don't like that. I'm gonna keep the blacks the same, just so we can see a little more detail in the video, since it's such a contrasty image with the bright sun. We're shooting directly into the sunlight there. And so once I have this exactly formatted for my Instagram story, I'm just gonna export this. I'm gonna pay careful attention to make sure that it's 1080 by 1920, not the other way around. It usually is the other way around, but since we're flipping the aspect ratio for Instagram story, this looks great. And then I am just gonna click export and export this for my Instagram story. While this is exporting, I just wanna say thanks so much for being a subscriber. If you're not a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button. And then if there are any video topics that you want me to cover in the future, just put those in the comment section below. I really appreciate that, and I love reading and replying to your comments. Hit that like button if that's all you wanna do, and I'll see you guys on the next video.